Okay, ladies and gentlemen, the review section for Advanced Algebra Study Guide Chapter 7. So the first part is one factor of the cubic is given below. Find the other two factors by using synthetic division. I've already got stuff written out to save a little bit of time here. So number 62, the first thing we need to do is look at the lead coefficient and then each number in front of each term. So in this one we can see it's 1, -2, -13, -10. X minus 5 is one of the factors. Now, but remember, when we do synthetic division, we don't use the factor, we use the solution. So 5 would be the solution or the x-intercept for this problem. So we put a positive 5 there. All right, here we go. Okay, bring down the 1. Multiply. Add. Multiply. Add. Multiply. Okay, and we want this to turn out to be a 0 so that we can rewrite this part right here. And then we're going to factor it. So now we rewrite this part as x squared plus 3x plus 2. Okay, and all we need to do is factor it. So what are the other two factors? Factors of 2 that add up to 3, well, that would be positive 1 and positive 2. So the other two factors are x plus 1 and x plus 2. All right, number 63, here we go. Bring down the 1, multiply, add, multiply, add, multiply, and we should end up with a 0 again at the bottom. Okay, rewrite that. Okay, now factor it. Factors of 6 that add up to 5. That would be 2 and 3. So plus 2, plus 3. Okay, number 64. Okay, here we go. Multiply, add. Multiply, add. Multiply, add. All right. So rewrite that. And now factor it. Factors of -24 that add up to -5. Well, that would be positive 3 and -8. So x plus 3 and x minus 8 is, those are your factors. Okay, number 65. Okay, don't forget that if a variable is missing, like in this problem, the x squared is missing. So we have to put a 0 in that spot. Please do not forget. Anything missing, you need to hold that spot with a 0. All right, here we go. Multiply, add. Multiply, add. Multiply, add. And again, we ended up with a 0. If we didn't, then we did something wrong. All right, rewrite. Factor. Factors of 9 that add up to -6. That would be x minus 3 and x minus 3. Okay, number 66. So in this part, we are going to simplify the radicals completely. All right, so we have the square root of 250. So we need to break that down, and we need to use a perfect square. So what perfect square will go into 250? 25 will. Okay, and 25 times what is 250? 10. So, the square root of 25 can be written as 5. And then what's left? The square root of 10. Okay, that is the simplest form, 5 square roots of 10. Number 67 is a cubic root. So what perfect cube will go into 72? Again, what perfect cube will go into 72? Okay, think about your cubes. 2 cubed, 3 cubed, 4 cubed. Well, you should figure out that that is an 8. 8 is the perfect cube. And 8 times what is 72? 8 times 9. Now, the cubic root of 8 is 2. And you're left with the cubic root of 9. So that one simplifies to 2 cubic roots of 9. Okay, number 68, we're back to the square root. So what perfect square goes into 500? Okay, that should be easy. 100. So this is 100 times 5. The square root of 100 is 10. And what's left over? The square root of 5. Okay, number 69, back to cubic root. So the cubic root of 500. So what perfect cube will go into 500? Okay, that one might take a little bit of work, but you will find out that it is 125. Okay, 125 times what is 500? Well, that would be 4. The cubic root of 125 is 5. 5 times 5 times 5 is 125. And we're left with the cubic root of 4. That is the simplest form. All right, last part. Okay, this should look very familiar to you. Determine the length of the hypotenuse. So we need to use a squared plus b squared equals c squared. Okay, remember that the c is always the hypotenuse. All right, so we'll say that this is A and we will say that this is B. So we're going to go 7 squared plus 6 squared equals c squared. Well, that would be 49 plus 36. 49 plus 36, that gives us 85. Okay, now we're going to take the square root of both sides. And 85 cannot be broke down any further, so we're just going to say the answer is the square root of 85. So the length of that hypotenuse is the square root of 85. Just leave your answer like that. Again, if we could simplify it, we would, but we can't simplify that any further. All right, same thing with the next one. Okay. So the hypotenuse is C. So we're going to say that this side is A, this side is B. So 5 squared plus 8 squared equals C squared. 25 plus 64 equals C squared. Add those together. I believe that adds up to 89. Take the square root of both sides. Okay, 89 cannot be simplified any further, so our answer is simply the square root of 89. That is it. Good luck on your test, ladies and gentlemen.